President Trump has made the persecuted church his priority like no other president before him in American history. While Nigeria's Christians cried out, he answered, and he has answered loudly. He has reminded the world that protecting Christians is not about politics. It is a moral duty.
Powerful words and leadership from U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz. They speak to a crisis the world can no longer ignore. Yesterday, I joined the ambassador and rapper and activist now, Nicki Minaj. We sat on a U.S. mission at the UN panel, raising the alarm about the persecution and systematic massacre of Christians in Nigeria by radical Islamic terrorists.
While Nigerian officials maintain that terrorism strikes all faiths indiscriminately, and they do. There is a body of evidence, and you are going to hear that from our experts today, that paints a very grim picture of disproportionate suffering among Christians. We have an entire faith that is being erased, one bullet at a time, one torched Bible at a time.
Grammy Award-winning rapper Nicki Minaj has stepped up to use her superstardom. She is drawing global attention to the issue, which is close to her heart as a Christian.
I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs.
Well, we have chilling new video today from inside a Nigerian Christian church just this week. Terrorists opened fire during worship. Reuters is reporting they killed 2 people, kidnapped 2 others. Watch this. We don't know the extent to other injuries in this. It's hard to get that reporting out of there, so we lean on international sources. But we are focusing on this now, and we'll continue to show you what we can and report, as the story is huge. A horrifying scene in a nation where thousands of Christians have been killed this year alone. Tens of thousands killed or kidnapped since 2009. Leah Sharibu was just 14 years old when Boko Haram kidnapped her along with more than 100 other girls. They ultimately released some of the captives, but not Leah, because she refused to do the one thing they are forcing these young girls to do. She refused to denounce her Christian faith. She turns 22 this May. She apparently remains in captivity more than 7 years. In focus now, Gloria Sandi Puldu, president of the Leah Foundation, joining us from Nigeria. First of all, thank you, and our prayers to you as you represent this family. What do you know about what happened to the girls that they kept, like Leah?
Thank you very much. I do really want to appreciate you for the opportunity that you have given to me to speak on behalf of the plight of Leah Sharibu and so many of other girls who are in captivity. And we also, before I go into it, I want to specifically appreciate the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern by President Trump. All Christians, we are excited and we are grateful for that. Going to the story of our girls, like you mentioned, Leah Sharibu at 14 was taken along 109 other girls who were released after a month, but Leah was kept back in captivity because she refused to renounce her Christian faith. We have a lot of these girls who are still in captivity, and when I talk about a lot of girls, I'm talking about thousands of girls who are still held in captivity. Unfortunately, even as at yesterday, as at 17th of November, that is 2 days ago, 25 of the girls from a secondary school in Kebbi, Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Maga in Kebbi State, were abducted just like Leah Sharibu. Leah was taken 7 years ago. We know the Chibok girls were taken over 10 years ago in 2014. And so we still have this same thing happening over and over. And we have a lot of our Christian girls that are abducted 1, 2, 3, 4 on a daily basis in their communities, and they are taken into the forest in the hands of different terrorists that we have in Nigeria. So it's a very sad situation.
Dr. Puldu, I moderated a panel yesterday at the United Nations, and one of the facts I brought forth was that there are now 22 of these radical Islamic terror organizations on the ground in your country right now. So Boko Haram is the one that probably is most notorious. But when you say still taking girls, some of them are in sexual traffic rings and all sorts of things that we're learning about torture. I want to get to this. Superstar rapper Nicki Minaj and I got a chance to talk about what it means to her, because she's using her stardom to put a light on what you're going through in Nigeria. Let's watch.
Especially as artists and people in entertainment, I think it sometimes can feel scary to speak up about anything that may not be the norm or the popular thing to speak about. I never care if something is popular. I care about what rings true to me, to people who are going through hard times right now in Nigeria. I hope that when they see this being done, that it makes them feel heard, you know, that it makes them feel like, okay, someone cares, yeah.
She talked about her Trinidadian past, her own Nigerian pastor. When you see someone of that stature, a world over, and many of her fans live in your country, and they want Nicki Minaj to come and perform there, when you see her attach her voice to this, what does that mean to you?
It means so much. It means so much. It shows that the world has turned its attention to Nigerian, and especially the Christians who are in so much, pains over the situations that we are going through, especially for women and girls who, like in 2025 and 2024, we have about 1,680 students, mostly girls, who have been abducted. So when you have such a wonderful star coming to add her voice to the advocacy and demanding their release, it's such a huge honor. And especially to have your TV station as well also amplify our voices, we are very grateful. And I just want to say thank you so very much to Nicki Minaj and for all of you that are adding your voices to the plight. And we trust that it will not just stop in, just speeches and talks, but it will be felt, because we will see that people like Leah Sharibu will be rescued from captivity and they will be back home. The pressure will be there and they will be back home.
All right. I know I mentioned a few of the horrifying statistics. This year alone, Islamic terrorists have slaughtered more than 7,000 Christians. And I want to specify, that was from January to August. It's the middle of November. More of them have died. And since 2009, 125,000 are estimated to have been killed. Here's an exchange I had yesterday with Sarah Macon, former senior advisor to President Trump on international religious freedom. We talked about how those numbers affect generations to come. I think of those young people in Nigeria, half the population under 18, most of them under 15. What happens to the future of Nigeria if you kill the children?
That young population of people, those that are left, if we don't step in here and say this is unacceptable, then we allow radicalization to take place, and that country will be far more dangerous in the future than it even is today.
Dr. Puldu, we're short on time, but what is your prayer going forward as a Christian?
My prayer is that now that the world has turned its eyes on Nigeria, that there will be rescue of Nigerian Christians from the persecutions that we are going through, especially for me, women and girls who are paying the greatest brunt. We desire to be back home with our families and also to stay and practice the religion that we have chosen to practice. ISWAP, that is holding Leah, we are demanding that they should be wiped out and women should be rescued.
Yeah, that is one of the Islamic terror groups which you're talking about, ISWAP. a blessing to have you to pull us into what is going on with young girls and women and Christian Nigerians where you are. Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.